Hello. In this video, we're looking at the market for digital twins. Now, digital twins involves the modelling of real-world products, processes, or systems to enable organisations to gain insight into how their systems can be optimised and to prevent problems arising. Now, manufacturing, transport and energy are all key markets here. Elson Sutanto is Juniper's resident expert in this area and has just also authored a new report on the topic. Elson, so taking Industrial IoT first, what relevance and significance does digital twins have here, and what does the research uncover?
Sure. Digital twins really has relevance to 2 to 3 main key sectors within industrialization, really, and that is really manufacturing, energy and utilities, and transport. And why is that? Well, there's value in being able to replicate or create a virtual replica of a physical asset, process, or system, particularly for these asset monitoring industries. And why is that? It's to be able to identify potential faults in future, increase efficiencies, reduce costs, but also get an understanding of, for example, a product or service that they are manufacturing better in its actual operating environment through the virtual representation. So that's overall the value that digital twins brings to those sectors. Looking at the other side of the coin, what are the challenges facing digital twins? Sure. Well, our report delves into some interviews we did with key players within the digital twins offering space, and we found that some of the key challenges there really range in quite a number. But I would say the first 4 to 5. First one would be probably data retrieval. So it sounds easy as we're talking to retrieve data from different sources within an organization through their sensors, but in reality, that's quite a challenge that can take time and effort really to pull really into a central place, really. So that's one. Another one really is, for example, organizations that have implemented very large-scale legacy systems and are very reliant on this. Now, implementing a digital twin in conjunction with that, again, can be quite challenging and take time and cost and expertise, really. And also there's the question of, well, how far does the digital twin replication go? It can be quite small scale for a product, but it can really replicate many systems, really. So really the idea of what is needed and what's the objective from this, what cost benefits can it bring, really? What benefits can it bring, and do they outweigh the costs? Another one really is security. Obviously there are connected systems and networks and devices, and really there's a question that a company or an enterprise has to ask itself in terms of, well, who has rights to that and who has rights to change data or settings in the digital twin, should it be so? Is it one-way or is it two-way kind of access? Another one is data format. Okay, we're retrieving all this data from different places, but they're not all in the same format. An example could be a manufacturing nuclear plant that's reading temperature readings of its systems and what kind of temperature they're operating at. One could be measuring it in Fahrenheit, another one in Celsius. So is there a need to normalize or standardize that data is another question really as well. And that obviously adds to the time and cost of implementing to the digital twin.
Looking at the market for a moment, in Juniper's report, I think you forecast around 13 billion for 2023, right, up from 9 billion in last year. Right. What's driving that growth?
There's a range of factors driving that growth. First one we can look at on a regional kind of global level. So key markets such as key regions such as North America, Europe, and particularly the country of Germany, as well as Japan, will be key markets driving digital twin growth. And why is this? Well, both North America and Europe, in particular Germany and other key markets there, have a strong level of industrialization, very developed infrastructure, as well as that some of their governments, particularly, for example, the German government, is very much in favor of pushing out digitization techniques within manufacturing, within systems and processes. This is also what is known as the Industry 4 Strategic Initiative, which is supported by the Economic Ministry of Finance and Energy. You have also, as I was mentioning, Japan, which is a highly technological market that is also driving growth, but it's more domestic instead of pan-region or market operating. China is also coming into play, of course, because of its sheer size and scale, and is experimenting with digital twins in this sector as well. So on a regional level, those are the kind of regions and markets that are driving growth. As well as that, now what we're seeing is digital twins being enhanced even more in terms of value through technological innovations such as machine learning, cognitive learning, AI. And that is because, of course, there's data that's being captured as part of digital twins. but to be able to interpret that data and analyze it effectively, bring it more into context through the use of algorithms, through these technological innovations is where really the value is, because the whole point of implementing this is to be able to get data, analyze it well, feed it back into systems as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And if those technological innovations can help with that, that's all the better for those organizations that are implementing it.
Okay. So looking at the next 4 or 5 years, the forecast period for the report, what key developments do you see occurring during that period?
Well, key developments I see occurring are, again, to reiterate, those key regions that we've mentioned and markets will be driving growth for those reasons that we've mentioned just now. There will be more experimentation, I think, from medium to large businesses, experimenting on utilizing AI, machine learning, IoT and digital twins together to justify the time and spend into investing into this sector as well. Also, right now, we're seeing digital twins really implemented on a per operation basis from one manufacturing plant, for example, internally. But I see much more value in, for example, one brand or one manufacturer utilizing digital twins to communicate information and, for example, inefficiencies in products and systems across its whole, across a number of plants that it's running. So one plant may say, okay, I'm producing this particular product, I'm finding that there's a fault at this point in the value chain at point X. I can feed that back to all these different manufacturing plants that I am running a similar process with, and I'm telling them, okay, before we get to that particular point X, watch out for these inefficiencies. That is also going to be a very key part in making sure that multinational operations of, say, supply chain companies operate really well.
So finally, I noticed there's an IoT ranking in there of vendors. Tell me a little bit about that and what conclusions you came to.
Having done our research and engaged and with the market and with the digital twin offering players, we have ranked those players in terms of their capabilities, in terms of what they're offering, in terms of the journey that they've been through until now. And we really ranked the top players as General Electric, Siemens, Bosch, SAP and IBM as the key kind of leading digital twin offering players. Now, why is this? Well, a lot of them have very strong experience within the industrial IoT segment, some of them for years, some of them for decades. So having, for example, Siemens has a strong background in operating in energy, particularly wind turbines, engines as well. It's also using digital twins to, within the airline industries, it's monitoring engines to be able to increase efficiencies there for different airlines. So that experience has really fed into the quality of their digital twin offerings today. In addition to that, we're seeing also some of those players really experiment with, take the lead in experimenting with AI, cognitive learning, machine learning to really bolster the value that it brings to organizations that they're serving with digital twins. And as well as that, yes, we will see, I think, more key areas such as accountability. So implementing digital twins is not just a one-stop plug-and-play solution. We will see more collaboration between these companies, data scientists, and experts of those vendors that are offering digital twins, really coming together to justify the time, the combination of AI and machine learning together, the investment, the time frames, the payback, really to implement digital twins. So we'll see more, I think, smaller trials happening, but that will be very key in supporting the wider deployment of digital twins going forwards, really.
Thank you, Elson. If you'd like more information about our research in digital twins, then please get in touch. Thank you.